I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide.
What up? What up? What's up? Welcome into Pregaming at Sports Money. Must be 6 o'clock-ish, because here we are, rocking and rolling, getting ready to finalize the sports betting card and get ourselves a big payday, going for our 7th winning day in a row. Yesterday was barely there, but it got there. And it was a big win with the Los Angeles Football Club. 1-1. Nailed the exact score in soccer. Wow. Who knew that was coming? Hey, we split the WNBA. We cashed the Indiana Fever. Expected them to bounce back after those 2 big games for the Seattle Storm. Did not expect the Lynx to lose that first half. In fact, lost outright. It was kind of a weird day for favorites yesterday in the WNBA. And if it wasn't for the rain delay, we would have just blown the day up. That Detroit game, first 5 under 3.5, full game under 7.5, never had a chance. Literally. Now, shout out to Sharpie. Did do some live betting and got a cash out there with Scooble to get the win. But hey, the Brewers covered -1.5, no problemo. Cubs lost. Boston under 8, cash for us. San Fran under 8, cash for us. And that's a grind out a small positive day. Grinders, prospectors. I told you that yesterday. We are here to dig into that hill and try to find that gold. And tonight, we're going to have our work cut out for us here. Major League Baseball, big slate, lots of plays, despite the afternoon action. Now, I'm going to tell you, grinding right now, holding on. Bad break in that first 5 Boston Red Sox. Nasty Nate. I saw you say Red Sox are not smashing. They certainly are not. Bottom of the 5th. I almost live bet the Angels too, but I didn't. And hey, we gave out yesterday. You know, Sharpie and I were talking about the under 7 in that Brewers-Pirates game, so that cashed. But I gave out the Brewers. That was easy money. Too much fucking hoopla about Paul Skeens. It's enough already. He's a pitcher. He's not a batter. Stop it. Played well. Only gave up 4 runs, but he lost. And their team total under cashed as well. I was on that for a small bet. Sadly, the Diamondbacks and White Sox, I went after the White Sox team total unders. That was not a good deal. Zach Gallen, you know, at the last minute, I was thinking, this guy kind of stinks on the road. But it's the White Sox. And the White Sox got the win. So shout out to all you White Sox backers. We did not get there. So middling day, if you will, but I went a little bit bigger on this Padres spot. So I'm hoping we can grind this thing out for a win here in the next, hopefully the next 10, 15 minutes. That's the way it goes. Had fun last night on the live bet stream. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You can expect that. Sharpie gets off of work. I think he said he's off every other Tuesday. So we'll show up, give you guys a couple hours of some live baseball betting. Lots of bets were flying around last night. It was fun. It was a fun night to hang out for a little bit, and got to hang out with Ramon Scott a little bit after Sharpie had to dip, and then we shut it down, and it was fine. I was fine with that. It was hot, man. I was just happy to sit around in the air conditioning and watch a little bit of TV, watch some baseball. But, you know, look, onward and upward. Today we're going to talk Texas-Baltimore. That game's going to pop off here in 23 minutes. We got Toronto and Cleveland, the Yankees and Cincy, Tampa and Kansas. Turns out I don't love that game. I bet it. But as I was thinking about it, it's weird some of the thoughts that go through this dome of mine, the squash. Philly and Houston, love that spot. Miami and San Fran. I'm going to tell you this. I got 3 bets, 2 bets in Texas, almost 3 bets in Texas. I got 3 bets in that Yankees-Cincy game. I got 1.5 bets. I'm almost there on the second bet for that Phillies-Houston game. I got 2 bets for Miami, San Francisco, and I got a bet for you in the WNBA. So my card, my action, but I want to talk about your guys' action. So You know the deal. We're going to move quickly because we do not have a ton of time. And I've been working on some graphics, doing some graphic refresh here. I told you guys it was summertime. It was overdue. So First Strike will be shot tonight. Got some new graphics for First Strike. Excited to show those to you guys. Put some new graphics together for the Instagram play of the day. We're 3-1 in our last 4 on the Instagram play of the day. So yesterday was a 1-1 spot. We lost a plus money spot. We cashed the minus 110 spot. So no big, no harm, no foul. 3-1 our last 4. Big play out there for a plus 125 today. Make sure you guys are checking those out. Big shout out too. I know a couple of you did jump in there and check it out today, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Just trying to give you guys winners. Yeah, you got to find them over there. Trying to beef up this Instagram channel. So if you're not following us on Instagram, you'll see at the bottom, Sports Money Network is where you can find us. Going to work on some follow-up LFA stuff here as well. I've got a mountain of video and pictures to sift through, and tonight seems like a good night to get after it. So, just want to say thank you guys all. I know it's the summer. I know we're grinding, and I appreciate you guys coming in ready to play. It's time to do what we do, and that is make some noise. Let them know the sports money community is here. We are thriving. We are surviving. We are growing, and you do that by being a professional disruptor. We're not going to go mental midget on Twitter and start blowing people up. We're going to go by way of thumbs up and let them know this community is loud and proud of the work we're putting in on a regular basis. All I ask you guys to do is smash that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already. Shout out to our silver and gold members as well. Without you guys, we wouldn't have some of these tools, or we'd still have them, and they would just cost a lot more money. So appreciate everybody taking the time to jump in here and do what we do with this community. Giddy up. Let's go. It's time to put on the show. People are dragging their butts on in here, but it's summertime. You know, sometimes people just want to take the day off. I get it. I don't get it. And there are no days off for me, but we won't hate. We won't discriminate. We're live here on YouTube. We're live on Twitter, and we're live over on Instagram. So some way, shape, or form, find your way to us. That's all that matters, is that you find your way to us. And again, I want to thank you guys for your contributions, your memberships, silver and goldies. We're trying to get these dubs, trying to find them. Hopefully we get the San Diego Padres one. I really like the San Diego Padres spot. It'd be a damn shame if that doesn't come through. I don't want to talk like that. It's winning 1-0. It's winning 1-0. There's no reason to talk. What are you talking about? Stop it. Stop talking like that. Let's go. Let's roll it up. Let's get ready to smoke these bookies, you guys. It's go time. Let's see what you guys got in the chat. Get your pens and paper out. The best damn chat in the business. They assemble right here. They're sharing their best bets, their hard work of scrubbing the card today. They're giving it to us all right now. You're going to want to write these plays down. They're going to pop off all day. And we start with Gerald Jones. My man, Yankees Reds, first 5 under 4.5, minus 115. Yankees Reds. He's looking at that matchup with Max Fried. I have 3 plays in that game. That's not one of them, surprisingly. It correlates. It absolutely correlates, Gerald Jones. Good luck to you, my friend. We are going to be watching that game. And scoreboard watching is what we're going to be doing. Nasty Nate says the Red Sox are not smashing. They are not. They're not. Glad we got that first 5. You know, it's funny. We had the Angels in the over 2 days ago. Then we had the under yesterday. And then the Red Sox first 5 today. Touched every type of spot you could play in that game. They smashed us, though, is what happened out there. The futon bets. Mind you, I did say yesterday, something ain't right in that clubhouse. You know, they got rid of Devers. Something ain't right in that clubhouse. Shut to futon bets. Ohtani home run. Hopefully double my bonus bet from Queen of the Courts. You got the Queen of the Courts last night. Good for you, futon bets. There's Ramon Scott. He's running so hot. It's popping up this morning. Sending a couple tweets out to get everybody watching Ramon Scott there. NBA draft, Trey Johnson to Utah at number 5. Jeremiah Fears to Brooklyn at number 8. Plus 475. Beans, barbed wire bets. Baller, MLB stream, yet man. And got me betting live at bats and RBI props. Seager and Garcia RBI props to Grom over his outs total for Beans. There's Gorky. Says Rangers and Giants for Gorky. Peter Grassi says effing Sox. The Sox. The Sox on the West. Ignatius Penny Feather the 7th says hardworking. Oh man, appreciate you. Thank you, dude. Says Sports Money Gold LFG. Get out there and subscribe. Support us. If you like what you're doing and you're looking to find a way to help us even more by way of silver and gold memberships, we appreciate you doing that. If you're making money, if you enjoy what we're doing, you just want to be a supporter, make sure you get out there and color up. Peter Gracia likes the Pods first 5. We got the Pods money line. Still 98 degrees with a breeze, and it actually feels like it does. It's actually 76 here with a breeze today, which is really pleasant. It's supposed to rain, but it never did. Brian Smith says Lindor, Soto, Alonso, all over 1.5 bases. Straight bets for him tonight. No parlay. Kelly V's going Texas -1. Texas lead after first 5. So Texas first 5. Am a DeGrom fan. Stop Geoengineering. JPZ. What's up, JPZ? I hope you're doing well, man. I haven't seen you in a minute, my brother. Hope you're enjoying the Cali lifestyle, dude. I know you got some things popping, so we're happy to see you drop in here and spend a few minutes with us. Gonzo says, what's up? He's on Detroit -1. He's on the Cubs. Peter Crosby says the best never rest. Oldie's rolling. He's ready to bless up and make some bets. We love that. Gerald Jones says he hit the Gore K prop today, over 5.5. Nice. Plus monies, as that guy Sharpie says. Stop Geo. Giants money line in the game under 7. Parlay. Two-time bets. Little WNBA action. Jewel Lloyd over 15 points. Peter Grassi says, thinking they got to win this game in that Yankees spot tonight. Tarek B says, cash first 5 and full game in the Skeens game. Red Sox closer. My under in the Padres game. Looking good. Rangers, Cubs, Mets, and Giants for Tarek B. And he's running hot today. Tone Abs. What's up, Tone Abs? Let's go. Nicholas Handy's here. Jeff Matthews likes a little Stevie Ray Kwan. Over 1.5 bases at plus 125. Tigers -1 and Cubs -1. Brian Smith says, who had Kikuchi over 12 on their bingo card? I had Kikuchi. I gave out to some people. It wasn't near there. No way. It's only the second time in his career. Did you know that? Only the second time in his career he's gotten over 11 Ks. The prop I had earlier was over 6.5 at -130. Ignatius Pennyfeather giving us a little Dalton rushing home run at plus 600. Well, let's get going. We don't have a lot of time because this game's going to pop off. These early games pop off, and then we're sitting there twiddling our thumbs. But I do have 2 early action plays. Sorry, I just saw the Phoenix Suns acquire $112 million star. Guess I'll have to read that some other time. Now is not the time, as we are running up against it. And the Rangers and the O's are running up against it. How about this matchup here? Popping off at 640. We saw some overs. We saw some unders. We've seen the Rangers beat them boys up. And the AL battle, which is going to be important as we talk about it in a second. 79% of the bets and 87% of the cash. They're betting on them Texas Rangers. And the total's dropping from 9 to 8.5 and even seeing some 8s. So the average line seems to be around 8.5 juice to the under. We have 92% of the bets and 88% of the cash on the under. Jacob deGrom, 2.24 ERA, 7-2 on the year. What a monster. We're going to talk about the trend that's got us looking at this guy here in just a few minutes. Then we've got Brandon Young. This young feller is a monster. He's 6'6". He's a fucking tree. And he's from Lumberton, Texas. So he's got a little, I grew up watching these boys type of spiting him maybe. But he stinks. He's got a 6.75 ERA. And the problem with this guy is innings pitched. You're not getting past 4 with this dude. He goes 4 innings against the Reds. He gets blasted for 7 hits, 3 earned, 3 earned runs, and a home run. Only 3 Ks. Now they won that game 9-5. Only 4 innings. He fires back 4.2 innings. That means he's in the 5th inning through the second out, right? They go 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. So he gets into the 5th inning. He gets hit 4 times. He's got 3 earned runs again. This time 6 strikeouts. That was against the Tigers. That was 2 months ago. So we got a young buck who stinks, not giving you distance, coming back after a 2-month layoff against Jacob deGrom. This is where that fugaziness in the lineup comes into play because Jacob deGrom is not a 4-start. He's not a 3-start. He's probably a 1-start at this point. And it's funny because they lost that first game of the series without deGrom going out there. Rival in pitching, so they lose it, they get shut out. Guess what? They come back and they win. There's a theme. And now they got their ace going. So the question isn't, are you playing Texas? It's how you playing Texas. I played a 2-ace. I'll tell you exactly why and how I fired on this Texas squad here. I'm going to take that minus 142 money line. I got a minus 136 money line on the Padres. I'm comfortable with taking a little juice if I think it's worth the squeeze. And I'm parlaying it with the under 9. Mind you, that number's down to 8.5. So it's moving up to 9. Look, Texas unders after wins. Makes a lot of sense because those bats have been inconsistent, to say the least. You don't know when they're going to flash or when they're going to dash. But they're 27-10-1 to the under after a win. Big news. Now, both these teams against the AL are under trends as well. Baltimore against the AL, 30-13 to the under. Texas in the AL, 17-4 to the under. I think those are relevant trends because they're playing in the AL. So when they're playing in conference, intra-conference, within the conference, they're just not good enough, or their pitchers are just better than the batters, or whatever the case may be. They're under heavy. But it's the deGrom factor that I want to capitalize on. How about this dude? Did I say he's a killer? Because he's a killer. When the line's greater than a minus 135, fucking dude's 16-0. Not only is he 16-0, he's melting teams down by an average of 4.2 runs. So you can get the minus 1.5 if you want. DraftKings has been screwing around with me all day with my location on my phone. So I'm forced to do this on my iPad and my, let's see. Are they going to let me through here? Let's see if they're going to let me through here. Probably not. Again, fucking computer's not moving. There we go. Padres win. There we go. 1-0. Get ready to fire back on the Nationals next game. 1-0. That's how it works in baseball. Not lying to you. I can't just fucking fit. I'll tell you, between FanDuel and DraftKings, they can both eat a full bowl of shit and throw up their nuts while they're at it. That's just my personal opinion. The opinions I share here are not necessarily a reflection of that are part of the Sports Money Network. It's just my own opinion. But damn it. Yeah, I mean, look, minus 1.5, you're sitting around plus 115. I get it, but and they're the road team. You do you, I did me. That's how I'm doing me right there. Banging away. Chopping this fucking wood. The reason I went with 2 bets instead of 1, by the way, I got a little bit of a unit philosophy or calculation in this thing here that's going to lead me to plus money as long as this thing stays under. And if it doesn't, I'm still going to get paid. So we'll talk unit management at some point down the road. That's how I want to get paid. Ignatius, that's fine. 8.5 is fine. 8.5 is good. Kelly D likes Texas -1. See, the problem I have with Texas -1, it's -120. So for 30 cents, I'll take the push out of there and I'll crack this fucking thing. Crack it like a drum. Crack it like a walnut. All right. Onward. I'm excited about that game. I really am. This DeGrom matchup out there. I mean, the first five's not a bad look. I fucking DraftKings, man. You know, in the lack of flexibility when you're trying to use your phone and give out sports picks and talk about the reasons why and then share the trends. And then I got to go back to the stupid fucking phone. Pardon my French. Yeah. Even if you took Texas in the first five and Texas on the money line, it's still only -110. It's a tough game. They're not giving you a lot of options. They just don't want you to play Texas is what it comes down to. And I'm playing Texas. So that's the way the cookie will crumble. We will roll on to the Blue Jays and the Cleveland Guardians. Blue Jays with a whopping win yesterday. Remember I told you about this, the blown load theory. Going to come back in a second. We'll reference that. Toronto Blue Jays open up as an even money road dog, I guess. Small movement, 2 cents. You got 54% of the bets and 77% of the cash. Remember yesterday we talked about the bets kind of being associated with public betting, public numbers, and the cash kind of being more towards like the sharper side of things here. So public likes the Guardians, but the sharps love the Guardians, and they moved it a couple cents. With an 8.5 as a total that has not moved despite 94% of the bets and 91% of the cash being on the over. Now, Mad Max Scherzer. When I told you guys I'm a Blue Jays fan, I was excited to see him get Scherzer. I thought that was a good acquisition here. And then Mad Max gets hurt. So every time I say Mad Max, I think of the father from Wolf of Wall Street. The IRS allows for TNA. T&E. You said T&E. No, you didn't. You said TNA. Couple things you got to look at. One, we got some wind. In this factor here, this wind's coming in. Who's that the advantage for? I'm not entirely sure. Got Kevin Williams on the other side with a 3.58 ERA. Pitching at home for this Guardians club. And two things you got to keep in mind before we even get into this thing. One, well, I guess the two things. One, Max Scherzer. He's coming back from an extended injury. What have we seen every single time a player's come back from injury this season? You tell me one. You tell me one when I'm not just characterizing and saying every single one. You tell me one guy that hasn't come back from being injured and not thrown up his nuts. I'm waiting. It was the sides. The sides cure cancer? Actually, they did. That's why they're so expensive. Mad Max. Yep. You guys know what I'm talking about. I could watch that movie again. Anyways, don't get me sidetracked here. Look, Mad Max, 88 days since he got injured. Mad Max has never won a game on his first start back if he's been off of a rotation for more than a month in a regular season. Fact. That's been off for 3 months. I talked about the blown load theory. Try to use some terminology that will stick with you guys so that when you're capping on your own, despite the fact that some of those guys don't want us to help educate and develop, which is a story that we've told before. Some of these guys go to Twitter and say, don't tell them. If you show them, they don't need you. No, bozo. Go crawl back into the fucking basement and we'll tell you when it's okay to come out. The blown load theory. When a team scores 10 runs or more, you fade their asses. 45-25 is the record. It's almost 2-1. It's a reality. 70 times a team scored 10 or more runs past season. 45 wins, 25 losses simply by fading. So we're going to fade Mad Max We're going to fade the team that just blew their load. We're going to hope that their bats aren't hot. And we're going to take Cleveland at a small price tag here, minus 105. Big little score. Big little score. Does that even make sense? I'm not sure. What do you guys think about that? Mad Max. You guys like Mad Max. Andrew G says Mad Max is getting touched. That's what kept me off the under. I want to get involved in the under. San Diego Padres. The Fathers. There's that cash coming in. Peter Gracia says that's a good analogy. Appreciate you, Ignatius Penny Feather. They said it, man. Dude came on my tweet talking shit about somebody else and then told me not to fucking educate everybody. Then they don't need us. What? Stupid. That's a guy that's, I told you the story before. Used to hire sales manager for an international sales company, and dudes used to come in and say, oh, if I have a special skill set, I'm not going to share it with anybody because, well, then I won't be special and you won't need me anymore. Interview's over. Thanks for coming by. By the way, watch out. That door swings closed quickly. And you don't want it to hit you in the ass on the way out. All right, the Yankees. All right, listen. You listen here. Yankees are facing a sweep. I'm going to start this off by saying I want to get Max Fried's over 6.5 Ks. Plus 125. This Yankees line opened up monstrous, minus 220. It's down to minus 210. 85% of the bets, 90% of the cash on the Yankees. Yeah. The line is coming down a little bit, as has most of the lines in this entire series. 84% of the bets and 90% of the cash. We cashed another under live yesterday. It's Brady Singer. It's Max Fried. Max Fried should scare the shit out of you, especially if you're a Red. In fact, when I talked about the Instagram play earlier today, the only guy that had any success against Max Fried just got put on the retroactive IL list, and he was 8th in the lineup. So there's a lot of reason to believe the under can reign true here. Also, Max Fried's a lefty. You know that. 18% of the league are lefties. That means 1 out of every 6 times they're theoretically seeing a lefty. The spin, the rotation, the ball drops differently from the other side. It throws everybody out of whack. It's a real thing. Go look it up. Or just believe in me that I looked it up. And the Yankees lost 6-1 and 5-4. That was extra innings lost yesterday, 5-4. Would you believe? Let me take a step back. Let me set the table. Brady Singer sucks versus the Yankees. He's 0-5. He's given up over 4 runs a game his last 2 times last year they played. And he sports almost a 7.6 ERA. The Reds stink against lefties. They're 4-11 their last 15 against lefties. The Yankees, they're 8-1 if their bullpen allowed 4 or more earned runs the previous game. Now, we'll talk a little bit about Max Fried for just a moment. Mad Max, the other Mad Max. Guy's a fucking savage. Literally. He eats raw red meat. Allegedly. He's got a 7-to-1 K to walk ratio. So he's striking dudes out and he's not putting ducks on the pond. On average, he's going 6.5 innings. As a Moneyline road favorite of minus 190 or more, he's 15-0. And they're nuking teams by 5.3 runs a spot. He dominates the NL Central at 26-4. He's a killer. I'm going to take his over 6.5 Ks, plus 125. It opened up at plus 130. It's down to plus 125. Now, you got to decide if you want to go for the big score with me or not. The plus 1.5, yep, plus 125. And the Reds money line. But you just talked about how, yeah, I know, I set you up. You got to listen. Believe it or not, if you lost 4 games in a row, and you lost that last game in extra innings 5-4, it happens a lot, and you lose a lot. 52-27 are teams in that spot if you fade them. That's a Yankees fade. That's a 52-20. There's another 2-1. Now, it doesn't mean it's the end all be all. We're just trying to use a little headwind to try to give us a nudge in one direction or the other. By the way, the Reds as a dog against the AL Central, they're not just beat up dragouts. They're 55-34. So that's one of the more profitable spots across baseball. A 500 dog spot is going to be profitable. The fact is they're almost 2-1 in the dog roll against the AL. So I'm jumping in. 3 wide. All plus money. If 2 of the 3 cash, I'll be happy. If it's 5-4 and we lose the Reds in extra innings, I'm going to be fucking pissed because I want them to win this game by the money line. But I think that's the way to attack this game. You know what? This isn't the time to be puss safe and scared. I don't want the +1. If I wanted the +1, I'd take the +1. No, because a +1 and they lose by 1 means you pushed. So you lost any plus money that's in that equation. You know, it's probably like +140. But at least with this way, if they lose the money line and they win by or lose by 1, it's a 25 a quarter unit. And the Max Fried spot comes through. I don't expect that, though. I think they come out there and they bust them up. So we'll see if they can sweep these boys here. It is the last game before they head out of town. You know the deal with those. Moving day. Plate discipline goes down. That's not a good thing for the Yankees, who are struggling to come up with runs right now. Their OBA continues to drop. Game in and game out. And now you're in a position where you've got travel. Bags are packed. We're ready to go. This isn't a they're due situation for me. This is just this is where you make money. And if you do this enough over baseball and you catch a 45% win rate, you're crushing. Now, Brady Singer, don't be a piece of shit. That's all I can ask. He's playing at home, so he's better at home. He's coming off a good start with 6 innings pitched. He only gave up 1 earned run, so that was against the Cardinals team that the bullpen blew it. Prior to that, he picked up back-to-back wins. He's on normal rest. I mean, all the factors here, Yankees, you know the dude's got to be fired up. It's the fucking Yankees. You just watched Chase Burns go out there and melt yesterday. He melted him. What do you have, 6? We cashed the over 6.5 in his first 7 pitches. Yeah, we'll take a shot. We'll fire back up on these Reds and see if they can't get us the big, giant payday. And then everyone's going, these Yankees are in trouble. Damn right they are. Let's see what happens. J-Main, that's going to be a fun one to watch, too. Especially because there's a big price tag on it. Unless they fucking, no, I don't want to say it. I'm not even going to put it in the ether. Gorky, what's up? Gorky says the Mets have designated Dickie Lovelady for assignment. Team announced Lovelady was called up earlier this week and had a 16.2 ERA. Oof. Stop Geo says Freed K's in away night games this year, 5, 3, and 4. Yeah, I could see that. I could see it. What's up, Calvin Washington? It's like watching a horror movie on these games. The bullpens are this year. It feels like the bullpens are exceptionally bad, doesn't it? J-Man says that line coming down. I'm on Atlanta. Okay. I made this bet earlier today. Based predominantly on the fact that the Kansas City bats can be shitty and the Tampa Bay bats can be firing. And the Tampa Bay bats are firing right now. They've got a top 5 offense across the last, 10 days in Major League Baseball. So, I'm immediately intrigued. Hot temps, ball should continue to fly. Drew Rasmussen, Michael Waka Waka. Drew Rasmussen's whip is what attracted me to the Tampa Bay side of things here. It's a sub-1. Struggling to get dudes on base, and he's got a 2.61 ERA overall. Does balloon a little on the road, but Tampa's winning behind the guy. And you know what you're getting out of him. 5 to 6 innings. 6 innings, 5 innings. 6 innings, 5 innings. 5.1 innings. Holding bats down is what he's doing out there. And Kansas City is one of them teams where you're going to find a way. If you need a team to hold down here, you need Kansas City to help you. And Kansas City, frankly, overall performance, regardless of the I should get back to the numbers here. They're getting busted up. They're in a 3-game losing streak. They're not scoring runs. In their last 5 games, they got 1 5-run game. Otherwise, they're floating around ones. should be enough just in itself on its surface for Tampa Bay to go out there and fire. This line has come down a little bit from minus 144 to minus 130. So there's a little reverse line movement because we have 76% of the bets and 81% of the cash on the race. Total's flirting with 9.5, but it's really not moving. It's kind of a fake. It's kind of a head fake. 94% of the bets and 93% of the cash. The way I read this line is that it's going to be lower scoring. Kansas City's going to struggle to find the runs, and Rasmussen should go out there and cool down them already chilly Kansas City bats. And I don't want to fade Rasmussen right now. 12-5 as a road favorite. Dude, they find the wins behind this guy. He does just enough to get it done. And it's a fair price tag. I like a Nerfy in this game if you're looking to get some extra action here. I already got quite a few spots out there, but I like a Nerfy in this game. I think it starts out with that slower pace and colder bats. And I like Rasmussen, by the way. His K prop is like 3.5. So there's a couple other ways I would consider playing this game, but I'm on Tampa Bay. Again, maybe for me, it's just because I only have one bet on it. You know, like some of these other games, I have 2 and 3 bets, and I feel pretty fucking good about them. But maybe it's a better thing I only have one bet on this game. I don't know. I'm on Tampa Bay. I know that. I know I'm excited for you guys to see the new graphics for First Strike. Added some new data lines in there, some new data elements. Peter Grassi says, can't wait. Having the MLB package is a beautiful thing, especially with betting. Hell yeah. Sancho. You know, I watched the MLB zone or MLB, basically the red zone. That fucking thing's great, dude. They'll break it into 4 and 6 games, and you're just watching high scoring positions. Man, it's like mainlining. Shooting it right into the vein, you know? What's up, Dana Delp? Let's hear mainline in baseball. Phillies and Astros. Action involved here. Cubs, Cardinals. If you put the proverbial gun to my head, whoa. You don't pull a hypothetical gun on your shrink. If you guys know what that one's from, I'll be impressed. I'd lean the Cardinals. Cubs haven't done shit to show me they should be a favorite. Boyd versus Fetty. Fetty's been playing well. That was the first cut for me, was the Cardinals. If you were so inclined to be curious. And the Seattle Twins game, 57% of the bets, 82% of the cash are on the Twins. And the lines come way down, minus 142 down to minus 120. So it's dropped 22 cents in favor of them Twinnies. If they win tonight, I'll be inclined to take them tomorrow or the next time they play. That's how I think I'll handle the Twins game. It's important to have a strategy for some of these teams. You know, like we talk about the team getting shut out there, the Nationals. Now, Nationals stink, but they're also an under team. Don't forget, something like 15 of their last 17 games have gone under the total, including today's 1-0 game. So those trends ride, man. Ride or die. Phillies and Astros. Phillies, minus 146, road favorite. Moved to minus 152, 74% of the bets and 63% of the cash. On the Phils, it's moved 6 cents. Excuse me. We have 92% of the bets, 89% of the cash on the over. That has not moved. It's Gordon and Wheeler. So I understand why the Phillies are a favorite. It's Wheeler. It's Wheels. It's Wheels on the road. Wheeler's ERA, 2.61. Colton Gordon, the lefty, by the way, 4.54 ERA for Colton Gordon. 5.31 at home, but this is a young guy just kind of starting things out. He has played now 5-6 straight games, but he's a pitch to contact guy. 3 of his last 4 games, he's allowed 2 runs or more. It's problematic for an Astros team that's trying to pull out a win. He is 1-1 when it comes down to it. Man. Probably could have just parlayed the Phillies with the Rangers and just bang that fucking thing like a drum. Anyways, as I digress here, pitching woes for the Astros. Dudes are hurt all season, back and forth. They just got shut out yesterday, 1-0. That kept me off the Phils. You know my feeling, and it happens a lot. I point it out every single day. There's actually a trend when a team gets shut out 1-0, they come back and fire. In fact, I'll tell you. Can't tell you. I lost it. Sorry, I set myself up to fail on that one. In any event, we've got some intersecting zeros. So let's talk about how we're going to get paid in this game. Zach Wheeler wheels. Non-division road favorite. 14-0 to the under. The average, not the margin, the average total runs being scored, 4.4. Wheels goes out there and deals. Wheels deals. The Phillies, they're playing a lefty off a shutout loss. Excuse me. I was backwards on that. The Phillies were coming off that shutout loss. You know what fucked me up with that? I live bet these Phillies last night 6 or 7 times. If you guys were there on stream with me, you kept hearing me say, I just keep betting them. It's fucking stupid, but it's a 1-run game. Is that close? Not going to win if you can't score. So it is that bounce back spot for a team coming off that loss. But anyhow, the point that I was trying to make is I'm involved with the unders here. Versus a lefty off a shutout loss. That's the Phillies, 8-0-1 to the under. And the Astros find themselves, after a win, non-divisional dog position, 11-0 to the under. The average total in those games is 5.8 runs per game. Both under that 7.5 or 7 spot that you can find out there. I may go back and fire on these Phils. This is the one where I said I had 1.5 plays because the other play I was considering was the Phillies in the under 8. It's not as convenient for me just to whip that up and tell you what that's going to pay right now because I got to go back to the phone. But I'll try. A lot of people get uptight when there's nobody saying anything. I'll sit here and just first person to talk loses. Plus 180. All right. All right. Phillies in the under 8 as well. Plus 180. Keep that in there for tracking purposes. All right, so now I got 2 plays on that game. The bounce back spot. Let's go. Couples retreat, Nasty Nate. You're right. Shout out to you, Nasty Nate. Nasty Nate, I think we watch a lot of the same movies. When we watch movies. Whoa. I'll holster this thing. That's a great movie. Oh. Boom. Feel my karma. He says he's a big Vince Vaughn. Me too. Big Vince Vaughn guy. All right, last baseball game. Then I got one WNBA game. Then we'll put a bow on the show. Put everybody out of here. I got to do some UFC recording tonight. I got a bunch of shit I got to do. And as it turns out, always a lot to do. Never enough time to do it. Got to wait till the sun goes down and blow some of the steam off this place, though. Appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying what you're seeing. If you're considering betting, if you're going to fade me, do it. But hit the thumbs up button. I wouldn't do it. Fucking hot right now. Anyways, last game on the card. Miami, San Francisco for me. For what it's worth, that Dodgers game sucks. I looked at it longer than I probably should have today. You know, ever look at that where you got a game and you just look at it too long and it's like, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. -2.5, minus 150. What are they going to win by 4 runs? Probably. Are you going to adjust it that far? I mean, that's what you have to do to make this game profitable. Some sharp respected betting came in on the under, but Jesus, we saw him fucking busted open yesterday. I mean, if anything, I'd be inclined to consider the Rockies here. If you're going to catch a vulnerable spot, I mean, it's Dollander. He stinks. 6.19 ERA. Yamamoto, though, what Yamamoto are we going to see? Just for a quick conversation point here, he got hit 7 times, 3 earned runs and a homer the last time. He's got a 1.76 ERA. Here's the thing about Yamamoto. This is why I question, are you going to... This might be a Rockies spot if you want to just fuck around and find out. He goes 6 innings, then he goes 3.2 innings. Then he goes 6 innings, then he goes 4.2 innings. Then he goes 6.1 innings. 3.2 innings this game. If this dude goes 3.2 innings and I don't play the Rockies' first 5, I'm going to be pissed. So I may come back to that one. That's just ballsy, though. I mean, like I said, I looked at that game long and hard. I just couldn't. The only way I would consider playing it is Rock. I mean, you got to leave 3.5, 4.5 runs. I'm not going to do that. Wouldn't do that with anybody. Edward Cabrera, the righty for the Marlins, takes up against Logan Webb, the righty for the Giants. Cleveland on the board, 1-0 for the Guardians for sports money. Logan Webb, 1.35 ERA at home. He's just coming off a stellar outing. He pitched 7 innings. He got hit 7 times. Only 1 earned run. He had 9 Ks. That was against the aforementioned Cleveland Guardians. He's got himself a 3-game winning streak. Atlanta, Dodgers, Cleveland. He's caught them all, in fairness, where they've all had shit batting going on. It's a fact. And that Dodgers team, he only struck out 4 dudes. He has been going deep. 6 innings, 8 innings, 6 innings, 7 innings, 7 innings. You're getting distance from this dude. Eddie Cabrera, 3.74 road ERA. He's coming off of a 6.1 innings pitched performance with 2 hits and only 1 earned run. He played like shit before that. So remember what I said. This is important. They bunched together. He's got some good wins. He wins 3-0, 1-0, goes 5.2, 5.2. That means he's into the 6th inning. Then he goes 4 innings and 3 innings. Then he snaps back. He goes 6.1 against the Fighting Phils. Now he's on the road against the team that's hitting 25th overall in Major League Baseball. Let's start the cap there. Let's talk about it from there. We got some intersecting zeros. First of all, there should be no question with Logan Webb's sub-2 ERA. It's almost sub-1, sub-1.5. He's got himself a 14-0 under streak going. When he's a favorite bigger than -110. Put him in the favorite role. You're not going to see more than 5 runs a game. The average, 5.2 runs in Logan Webb starts. San Francisco takes a loss of multiple runs. They lost 4-2. They're a favorite. They're 12-0 to the under. They're averaging 4.3 runs a game in those spots. Then we intersect it with Miami because when Miami's a dog of more than -115 and allowed less than 4 runs, in other words, they're a dog. It's a lower scoring game they're coming off of. They're a perfect 9-0 to the under. Now, this is a margin. This isn't a totals. This is a margin. The margin of the under is 2.3 runs. So you got a 4.3 trend, a 5.2 trend, and then a game that's going under by 2.3, which puts us right to 4.5 runs. You take a shot with Miami. You take a shot with the under 7. The reason I'm going with Miami here is because we have a pitcher in Cabrera that should be in that trend of firing. Not only should he be, but he's playing against a shitty offense. And we just talked about all those reasons why this game should go under. Now, if you want to get cute, the only other way I would consider it is slap those two together. Miami and the under. Maybe make it the 8. Give yourselves a little, or Miami plus 1.5 in the 8. Give yourselves a little cushion. That game's later tonight, so I got plenty of time to figure that piece of it out. We'll see how my cocktail consumption goes and how my bankroll's building from there. Texas Rangers are on the board 1-0 as well. So that's the way I look at it, you guys. Those are some of the spots I like across the board here in Major League Baseball. I've got one WNBA game, but we're off to a decent start. Wouldn't it be great to fucking just smash, especially with these big plus money scoreboards tonight? I mean, the big spots from, you'll know I'm going to be fucking whistling Dixie if we can see Cincinnati win, that Philly and Houston under Texas in the under. And then Colorado pulls it off. By the time we get to this Miami game, I might be blacked out. I'm not sure. Devin Elam Moore says he likes the under too. What's up, Devin Elam Moore? Voodoo Ranger says Max with 2 Ks. I'm screwed. Max Scherzer? Maxie? Mad Max? We know the deal. He doesn't win if he's got more than 30 days rest in a single season. Not crossover seasons. Sancho's tail and Cincy. All right, last game I got. We'll get this thing going here. We'll get you guys up out of here. Do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We're going to talk this WNBA spot. And it's a pretty simple opportunity for me here. We split WNBA last night, so we're now 9-4 in our last 13 WNBA games. And they're both at 10 p.m. I looked at the Liberty and Valkyrie. Here's my suspicion. Do with this what you will. This line opened up. It was like 9, right? Or 8. I think it was 8. No, it opened at 9. It dropped to 8. Then they announced a couple of key players out for the Valkyrie, and it popped back up to 9.5. My suspicion tells me they already factored that into the lineup. That's why it was 9. Then it dropped to 8 because the public was slamming away. And then when they officially announced that player, they got to swing some money back the other way, so they slapped it to 9. I don't know. That's my suspicion in the way this thing goes down. FanDuel also has the best number. The problem I have in that game is the Liberty. They're 1-3 in their last 4. Defending champ Liberty, by the way. 1-3 in their last 4. Now, they did play Phoenix, they did play Seattle, and they did play the Fever in there. The only team they busted up was Atlanta. So it's a dangerous spot because you have the Valkyries coming off of a stomping of the Sun, stomping of the Fever. They lost to Dallas, which was the shittiest team, but we knew that was going to happen. We capped that game for them to lose because they had just had big wins against LA and Seattle. So I like the Valkyrie. The play I'm going to talk to you guys about, though, is the Sun. I got the Sun here. I see him at 19.5 in some spots. I got him at 19. So you could probably get some better numbers. We'll see what this number does as it goes. It's just, A, it's too many points. B, we see, again, these girls don't like to beat up on each other. They have some respect in the game, and when they're done, they just start taking pieces out. The Suns stink. There's no question about it. They're probably the worst team in the league. They even lost to the shitbag Sky, 78-66. They haven't done any better. They lost again to the worst team in the league in Dallas. Well, I guess it's fluid. It's fluid. It's the Sky who are starting to figure it out, but I think Dallas and the Sun are probably right there. And they lost to them, Dallas. Then they lost to Golden State. They got dominated by Golden State. They were getting 10 points. They lost by 24. And that's where the trend opens up. And that's why I'm going to take the Sun. Double-digit dogs off a loss of more than 6 are 141-86. Not quite 2-1, but pretty fucking close at 19 points. And that's the way we will put the bow on the show tonight. Give me the Sun. There's so many plays that, even though it's a kind of a strange card tonight, there's so many plays I was also considering, but that's going to do it. That's the way this cookie's going to crumble, you guys. Appreciate everybody coming in here, hanging out with us tonight. Make sure you do smash that thumbs up button. And we'll see you guys back here again tomorrow. Same time, same place, 6 p.m. We're going to be rocking. We're going to be rolling. We got big dogs tonight. See if those dogs can bark. See if they can bite. See if they can hunt. See if they can do whatever it is that dogs do that get us paid and build our bankrolls. On behalf of the Sports Money crew, appreciate everybody doing what you do. And we saw our guy Jay Peasy in here. So it's only right we get the old Jay Peasy outro in play. Appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. We don't stop. Bring sleep.